The building behind me here is well over 100 years old, but it's the equipment inside that we have the most concern with. And you have equipment in there that's, most of it 50 years old, some of it approaching 80 years old, and in much need of replacement. And that supplies really the main core of Kingston. Buildings such as City Hall, the main commerce core, a lot of the businesses, restaurants. What we're proposing in the current rate application is, first off, a complete engineering work for the rebuild of this station. And secondly, is actually starting on some of the high voltage work. So today there exists 6 3 MVA water-cooled transformers. We're looking at replacing those with 2 modern-day air-cooled transformers and all the 44 kV bus work that goes along with that. So fairly extensive project, and that will start the rebuild of this station that will really continue on over probably the next 10 to 15 years. The transformers, take the 4160, 5,000 volt system down to a 12208 for distribution through to a number of businesses. Again, very old equipment, and you can see that from the pictures, and just it needs replacing all the equipment that is in here with new modern day equipment.
If you look through the CalWORKs part of our rate application, you'll see on a yearly basis there's at least $1 million that is focused on pole replacement, and sometimes I believe up to about $1.5 million, so a pretty significant part of rate application. A number of the ones that we are looking at, such as is shown in the picture, are actually the original poles that would have been installed in a certain area. Some of them have been there 40, 50, 60, 70 years, the original pole, well past the end of their life. The average life expectancy for a wood pole is probably around 40 years. When poles like this deteriorate, the whole structural capability comes in question, and it's not just the pole itself that we're concerned about, but it's the equipment that the pole carries. So a transformer, insulators, lines, if the pole fails, then you're going to end up with that equipment in a position that it may not continue to provide service.
In the vault, the oil brake switches and the transformers are the key equipment. The reliability and the safety aspects no longer allows us to operate the equipment. We're a concern to our employees. The oil brake switches that we're talking about is such that we cannot operate them when they're alive or energized with electricity flowing through them. So we actually need to go back upstream to switching points, a lot of them substations like the number 1 substation that we talked about, and de-energize a whole circuit before we can throw a switch here to isolate a smaller section. And that results in a large number of outages and disruptions to customers of the City of Kingston. This type of outages would not be necessary if we had the proper equipment in here, the modern equipment to help us increase the reliability to key customers in the City of Kingston. And the big driver of this is system reliability, not just replacing equipment that's probably due to fail, but also equipment that we can't operate that's causing us to have a large number of outages, even though short outages, to a lot of the key customers in the City of Kingston.